So, Blizzard just announced the upcoming perk changes on their developer blog. Let's just say, I think Moira won. I'm going to go through the video with you guys and let you know my thoughts on it and see if you feel the same way. Let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos as well, then hit the subscribe button. But yeah, let's get right into it.
Is there any other heroes that you want to highlight?
I want to do Moira.
I bet you do. Right, let's get cracking on with it then. Let's see what they've got to say about these perks.
I'm gonna do Moira. Moira probably got the most changes.
It's unusual. Hopefully they're good.
I think everything changed.
I think everything changed on Moira.
At least like moved around. But yeah, she has some ones I think are big.
So quickly, Moira's perks were kind of a disappointment, but then everything that they generally have done to Moira has kind of been a bit of a disappointment anyway. So I'm happy to see that she's got a lot of changes, and yeah, it will be interesting to see exactly what they've done with her. So let's see.
Yeah, so in season 15, we were like, it'd be cool if the minors and the majors, they were like opposites of each other. So one gave you duration, the other one gave you jump. So you were changing something, but you were making your choice.
2 fade perks, one with height, one with duration. It just seemed like a waste. When you compare what Moira had to other heroes, she was just sold short with that. So what they could have done is they could have, instead of had fade jump height and fade duration, they could have done fade speed. Because what that would allow you to do is, yeah, you're not invisible for as long, but you can travel further distances. So if you're going to escape, that's going to achieve the same thing as fade duration. And then with fade speed, that's more acceleration, which means that if you do a traditional fade jump, like off of an object, you're going to get more height from it.
What we found is that it just wasn't that interesting. Moira's perks never really sort of, cut through what we wanted them to do with perks. So we wanted to make a lot of changes to Moira. So if you just highlight these perks right now, Katie, I'll go over the minor ones real quick.
I'll go over the minor ones real quick first. Okay. So Destruction's Divide. Coalescence can be toggled between pure healing or pure damage with 25% greater effect. Do you know what's kind of funny? Sometime in June, someone on stream basically asked me what perks I'd like to see in the... Look, I'll just show the video. Is there any stadium power that you'd like to see in the main game by any chance? Most of them would be too strong in the regular game. Possibly Destruction's Divide. Ultimate ability perks can be strong. I think Destruction's Divide might be a good one, but you're only going to get to use it like once, maybe twice in a game. So I think that would actually work as a perk. So yeah, it's interesting that Blizzard listened to me. No, out of all of them, they would have looked through the stadium powers and just said, you know what, out of all of them, I think this one fits. I think they just would have come to the same conclusion that I did. Interesting with that one though, 25% greater effect. It's lower than it is in stadium. Anyway, let's continue.
So the first one is Destruction's Divide. This is actually a stadium talent for Moira stadium players. So when you're using Coalescence, you can toggle between left click and right click, and you can go pure damage or pure healing, and that does 25% more of what it would do in the base, but you're not doing both at the same time.
Okay, so I've noticed one change already. So in stadium, where it's got I think it's a 30% increase in effectiveness. That also includes the duration. In here, Coalescence was the same duration. It's 8 seconds. So you're not getting 25% on the duration as well in the regular game. It's only in Stadium. Now, there is one other thing that I want to look out for, and that's healing. So in Stadium with Coalescence, if you've got the damage beam out, it doesn't self-heal you. But if you've got the healing beam, it self-heals you more. And if you've got both of them joined together, so you're not pressing either mouse button, then you're going to get just the regular self-heal that you got. I don't know if we'll be able to see it in this, because they'd have to take damage from these bots.
And you can also go back to what it is by default. So if you let go of both of your things, you're just going back to the way normal Transcendence works. Coalescence works. So this is just giving you a lot more freedom to be able to sort of choose what you want to do within Coalescence.
Which is great. And yeah, I didn't see if it healed or not. They didn't take any damage from the bots, so that's unfortunate. Part of me hopes that it will heal you when you've got the damage version of it out, but there's benefits to it the other way around, right? Where it heals you more if you're on the healing beam, because it means you can, if enemies shoot at you, you can just quickly switch to heal, and then get off a huge self heal to then start damaging again.
So that's a really fun one. You can go to pick a major perk now as well. We'll go through a minor and major. So we're going to go to Phantom Step first.
Phantom Step. Fade lasts 0.5 seconds longer and boosts jump height by 50%. So they've joined them together then.
So we actually merged the two minors into a major. So now the fade is turbocharged when you're going to do it. You can jump around with this one, Katie, and you'll see you can go really far, you can go really high. So when you put these two together, there's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
I don't think this camera person's going to do an actual fade jump with it, but that combination is going to be insane for Moiras who know how to fade jump. Like fade jump off of obstacles, because yeah, you're going to get all of the duration, which means you've got the acceleration for longer, and you're going to get the fade jump height. That's going to be some crazy long distance, very high fade jumps that you'd be able to do with that. Still, I would have preferred fade speed.
We also added some nice functionality where you can actually cancel it, because there's being such...
Whoa, you can cancel it. So how early can you cancel it?
Call fade for an extra half a second can sometimes be a detriment. We've now made it that once you press it, you can press it again and it will cancel it.
You can cancel it by the looks of it instantly. I would have hoped that they would add, I don't know, a 0.5 second delay on it, because if you tap your fade button a couple of times, or if you hold it, that might cancel it. We'll have to test that out when it goes live.
How high is the jump? Is it like Sojourn level slide?
No.
Oh, it's higher than Sojourn.
I definitely get really high.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the number is just off the top of my head, but yeah, it's higher than Sojourn Fade, and when you pair that with the speed, you know, you can go a lot of places.
Just to clarify, my no was not to say no, it's lower than Sojourn's height. I mean, yeah, it's way higher.
So that's a lot of fun. And if you want to reset this one, Katie, we'll go through the other two minors and majors. So for the other minor, we actually moved Nourishment, I believe it's called, the major perk that heals based on the healing orb. That is now moved to a minor, and the amount of healing has been reduced. So
okay, so from 50 to 30, ethical nourishment. Yeah, you know what? That makes this tough, because this one is going to be active the entire game, but 30 is not a lot. For that, you know, the 50 instant health solved a lot of Moira's issues that she got those issues because they dropped her down to 225 health. She couldn't survive burst. So by having a burst self-heal, that solved a lot of problems. 50 to 30, I mean, to me, it sounds like a really big deal, but we'll have to see in the game. I'm not going to just like flame them for a nerf. It could be fine. Like having 30 health instantly is still pretty good. And if maybe they hadn't have done it to 50 before, then I would have been really happy with this. But yeah, this Destruction's Divide, you're only going to be able to use it when you've got your ult. So how many times a game do you actually get your ultimate? Whereas this one, you're going to constantly use it. So even though this seems like it'll be really good, especially the healing side of it, like that boost is going to be enormous.
When Biotic Orb, the healing Biotic Orb heals someone for the first time, it now does 30 upfront healing, which is really nice to use. You can see it still functions the same way. Then we have a major perk, and this is one of my favorite perks because it's very fun to use. So when you have a Biotic Orb out there, you can press E again, and it will return the exact same path that it came.
Oh my god. So that's going to be fun. Like, that's going to be really fun. How beneficial it's going to be, we'll have to see. It's going to be so much fun to play with. There's so many things that you can do with that.
So if you throw it and you throw it against the wall, it's going to go. And at some point you can press E again.
They didn't press E.
Well,
they pressed shift. They faded.
Yeah,
Wrong button, camera person.
E and you throw it, and then you press E again.
There you go.
There you go. It's going to come back. And
so if it bounces and then you bring it back,
and then it
what
rebounds.
sort of path does it take?
it's going to take the exact same path that it went. We found that when we first tested it, you know, if it was coming to you, you could lose track of where your orb is, or it's bouncing in a weird direction.
Yeah, can we get like a few bounces in? Oh,
Yeah,
one bounce in here, Katie?
Yeah, just if you throw it off some walls and stuff like that, so it'll always come back the exact same path. So if you press E again,
They didn't press E.
With this
There's a little...
It's not a bug with the ability. They just
so,
didn't press E. There you go.
but yeah,
I pressed it too early without the bounce. It's fine. It's fine. So we get the idea with it. Simply put, it's just going to turn around. So, you know, if it came from one direction, it's going to go back that way. That, as I said, it's really interesting. Like my brain's getting fried with all the possible combinations here. So one of them, you could run away from an enemy, fire the, like say a damage orb in front of you to kind of mask it, and then just U-turn it and then turn around and kill them. The best ones are going to be when you fire it into a room, maybe not at this angle, but let's say this was a long corridor like over there. I hope you can see the mouse. We fire it into that room and we hear the, and then it stops. Well, we just press E and it's going to go back through there and hit whoever's in there again, right? You've also got combinations where if you're fighting somebody and they've got their back to a wall, you could fire the orb on the wall behind them. It's going to bounce off the wall, come back out again, and then you reverse it and it's going to go back to the wall again and come back out again. So you could get like double the value when it might have just flown off. So that could be, it could be really effective. It could also be a bit tedious to control. So I do like that there's a bit more skill expression in the orbs though, because honestly, while the orbs seem like, oh, this is her easiest thing to use, they're not her easiest thing to get most value with. Like it's the hardest part of her kit to get max value out of. So yeah, pretty excited with that one. That one looks fun to play with.
And that it's going. So it's super valuable. Like and this allows you to get, it's not increasing the value of Biotic Orb, but it's increasing the amount of value you're going to get on average with this Biotic Orb.
Yeah.
So now, if the Biotic Orb goes past you, you've got to worry it's coming back. Or if you're throwing it into allies, there's still some left, you can bring it back and it'll go through allies.
I mean, if you're against the good Moira, you should assume that orb's going back anyway, because Moira should be looking for flat bounces. What you've now got to worry about is that orb that has gone through you and is going to bounce off the wall behind you. When it then goes back in front of you again, it's going to come back towards you and then bounce off of the wall behind you and come back to you again. That's what you now need to be scared of when you're playing against the good Moiras. Luckily for you, Damage Orb still only has 200 capacity, 200 health capacity, so it can only do a max of 200 damage, which is something, by the way, that they should have fixed. When they increased everybody's health from 200 to 250, the capacity of that orb should have been increased as well, but that's an argument for another day.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it so like when you throw it for the first time, it bounces off of walls and other things. When it goes back, does it bounce against any new obstacles that it would encounter?
Yes, it would. So it doesn't. It won't always. If it bounces off of something new, it'll bounce.
Yeah. So like a platform that's moving.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say exactly that. Yeah, if it hits a platform, it's obviously going to change direction. It's not just going to go through that platform. But hey, look, ask the questions, get the answers.
Throw it up, and then when it goes back, it can bounce up.
Yeah, the technical of what it's doing is it's literally just changing its direction 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if something changes, then it'll bounce off of that as it usually does.
Gotcha. Is that like the second major?
That is the second major. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what they had to say on it. I mean, this is huge for Moira. The perks are so much better than they were before. A few things I would have done differently, but still, like everybody, you should be excited about this. These two being minor perks is amazing as well, because it took a while for ethical nourishment to come online, and this is going to help a lot. Like the fact that you just get it earlier on in the game, that's really, really going to help. Like just to have this one up here. Destruction's Divide needed to be a minor perk, because otherwise you're only ever going to get it once in a round on some of the shorter maps, maybe not at all. In order to get the value of it, it had to be a minor perk, even though it's really, really powerful. Out of these two, which one would I pick? Because I know, and which one should you pick? Honestly, I can't tell you. And that's awesome. Simply because the healing on this alone is going to be just crazy. I mean, look, to put the stats into perspective, so what? Coalescence damage did 85 a second, and that now with 25% increase is going to be, what, 105? So if a Mercy is healing your target, before you used to be able to hit that target at 25 health a second, I may get these numbers a little bit wrong. You'd hit them at 25 a second. Now with this one, you're going to be able to hit that target at, what, like 45? Yeah, like 45, 46 a second. Now you can actually kill targets that are being healed. It still takes a while, but you can actually kill them. And in terms of the healing, so what for healing, you were at 140 before, and now you're going to be at 175. So I mean, like 175 health a second if you use cold just for the healing, and then the other one is your self-sustain. So you've got, that was at 55. I think it's 55 a second, right? And so that'll be somewhere near 70. So you'll basically get 70 healing per second, right? If you're holding down the healing coalescence and it does the same as it does in Stadium, which we don't yet know, but we'll find that out. So yeah, that's going to be really, really good. But having ethical nourishment earlier on in the game, that's also going to be huge. So I couldn't tell you between these two which one to pick. So now for the major perks. Which one should you pick? Which one will I pick? Again, I don't know. And that's the beauty of it. You know when they have nailed the perks is when you can't decide on which one to use. These perks to me feel very situational. By default, I think I would go for reversal. But people know me for fade jumping. And the fact that Phantom Step is on a separate tier to Destruction's Divide. So Destruction's Divide is a minor perk. This is a major perk. That means that you'd be able to activate your Coalescence, do a crazy fade jump using Coalescence's speed and the longer fade duration to get even more distance. And the height. I mean, if you want to backline ult a team, that combination is going to be so much. It's going to be awesome. However, reversal is probably where most people are going to get the value. It feels like you either want to take Destruction's Divide and Phantom Step, or you want to take reversal and ethical nourishment. I think it was that. Because those two would synergize with each other. I know it's not on the screen, but you know what I'm doing, right? So those two would synergize with each other, and Phantom Step and Destruction's Divide would synergize with each other pretty well. Of course, you could still take Reversal and Destruction's Divide. Nothing wrong with that. You're going to use Reversal a lot in the game. And, I mean, you could take Ethical Nourishment and Phantom Step because that's basically what you'd be taking now for your Moira perks, right? And the fact that you can cancel Fade as well in Phantom Step, that addresses the issue of being locked out of combat. So it seems, hey, look, the developers might have listened to us, guys. We might have won this. Still, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for this. And I think they've actually made a really good change. Also, they're not overpowered. They are more powerful than what Moira's got right now. But Moira had terrible perks. So I think that this is actually good. I think it's good for the game and it's good for us Moira mains. And just anyone who's playing Moira, right?